Analysis of data from 2006 to 2010 in the National Survey of Family Growth reveals that the best age at which to get married appears to be between 28 and 32.
29, 28.
For a man, 30.
That's what I was going to say.
For a man, 30. Because let me tell you, men are kids. So now...
Shots have been fired.
Yes. You agree the men are 30 or men are kids?
Because this is the thing. I do not know how I'm going to get married to a man under 30. Number one, science has it that we are very intelligent people as women, and we think ahead of them. So imagine, I am, yes, and that is the same way I can't get married to a 23-year-old. I'm 23, you can't be 23. What are we doing?
Making fun.
No.
Future.
No, you're going to be the child in the relationship. I'm not about to mother. Yes. So for a man 30, for a woman it depends. Because also maturity is not in age.
A healthy age difference between the husband and wife is very important for a happy and successful marriage. If the husband happens to be much older, the wife could appear as a daughter to him and fail to play the role of a wife. As a result, there may exist lack of compatibility and friendship between the two.
And so it's important to know where you're at. Because when you know where you're at and you have your emotional intelligence, you have your level of insight, then you're able to know what it is you require of yourself, and by extension, what you require of your partner, and are able to articulate in a way that the person can hear you and be able to respond in kind.
A man or woman who cannot understand and shoulder the responsibility of a married life is like a raw fruit that needs to remain on the tree until it ripens and sweetens.
As James, I was very ready to get married by 18. I'm for real.
Really? Wow.
At 18, I knew I was gonna be someone's wife.
And what happened?
Well, I feel like at that time, you're probably mature enough to understand the logistics of getting married, because you see it has a lot. You have to stay with this person, you have to learn how to stay with them, live with them, and this is for the rest of your life, you know. So I feel like for you to get to that point, you need some time, some youthful time, to be able to enjoy the various anasa, to enjoy life. Once you're married, you're out of the game. So before you get to that point, you need that leeway for you to be able to experience all this, you know, having girls around you. How do you know?
Whether a person is too young to marry according to Islam depends not just on his age in years, but also in his mental and emotional maturity, sense of responsibility, and ability to maintain and provide for a wife and or any subsequent children who may be born.
The age of marriage. Maturity does not come with age. We know some old people who are damn stupid. So, as long as you're in a point, and you know, one thing with life is that you can't cheat yourself. As long as you know you're in a point that, yeah, I understand what I'm going into, and this is what I want to get out of it, and that is it. That is the point where you go into marriage. When you understand the other person, and first, after you understand the other person after understanding yourself first. That is the point where you go into marriage.
But the other thing is, maturity has an age. I'll tell you, okay, around 23, 24, as a lady, you are mature. As a guy, 24, 25, you can now start putting your cards right. Initially, you're not even playing cards, you're just shuffling. Because you want this, you want that, you want someone having this long hair, big nails. You are drawing your own somewhere, but it's not exactly what you want. But now when you're 25, you now understand the world is not a soccer pitch. There's no 90 minutes and extra time. It's once and for all.
If a young person is well aware of what his Islamic duties and obligations will be after marriage, is physically and financially able, and God-fearing enough to willingly fulfill all of them, he may get married as soon as he reaches puberty.
Most of our communities, it's you go to you finish high school at 18, then you start campus, then you finish college at 23. By 25 you should be married. But who said so? I feel like we should have bigger dreams and get married at the time that best suits you. Do not get married because you feel there's a lot of pressure, or because parents want you to get married. Oh, your age mates are getting married. Get married at the age that you find is comfortable for you. If you want to achieve your dreams first.
Marriage and family life is a good indicator of the state of our society. Young people are foregoing marriage, and now is the right time to emphasize that marriage matters despite what they think of it.
I believe in marriage, but I believe in friendship, like getting to know this person whom you want to get married to. So we have we have people who are married in marriage and in love, and marriage works. Myself, I'm married to my college sweetheart.
It's not exactly all about love. Like, it's more of, like as Antonio said, having a vision, knowing what you want, and, fighting to stay each other, because I feel like the love goes. Like, with me, I've maintained friends since high school, primary, and maintaining that friendship has been hard. Like, we fight. Sometimes I'm like, what are you doing? They irritate me, but we still stay together. And this is just my friend. So I'm imagining, what will marriage be all about? And I feel like for a marriage, in difference to my friendship, when the bad times come, don't forget everything, the good things, the little things they've done for you. So
fear is the primary factor that keeps the millennials from getting married.
Marriage forms a family, then a family forms a nation. So actually it starts from that point. So it's not something that should be taken casually. People ought to be serious, and our generation, we need to have mentors who really prune us to that relationship. You see, especially now you have the social sites like Facebook, Twitter. I don't believe you can know someone through Facebook and Twitter. I believe this is something that people need to relate one-on-one, and I believe there's a need for mentorship. Young people also need to go to early marriage conferences, seminars. I believe they can be of good help. Yes.
Where do these fears come from? Most of them can be traced back to one source: lack of preparation.
People are marrying for the wrong reasons. So that's why there's so many divorces nowadays.
What reasons?
Money. Just money, technically money, to feel safe. So me and marriage...
Marriage just has a lot of BS around it in terms of getting so many... Like, if I get married to someone, they can't just do anything. They have to seek advice from people. And that's where things start getting wrong. When now your family can tell me what to do, it involves so many people. And that's why everything starts to fall, when other people get into your business. So that's why I don't think marriage is a proper idea.
I also think marriage is just what society expects you to be married. You have to go to school. After school, when you're at this age, you get married, get children, get old, die. Life continues like that. But I feel like as long as you're happy with your partner and you guys relate well, you don't have to get married.
We have a society that is filled by damsels who insist that everything is fine, that they can take care of themselves.
The people get married, then they get divorced after a year. I know some people, they dated for a whole 1 year, jumped into marriage, another year they got divorced, and they had kids. It got complicated. These days, I think the generations mostly are living together. There's no sanity of marriage anymore. Yeah.
The first step to creating the epic marriage we so desperately want is to let go of the hyper-sensationalized expectations we've created around love, both negative and positive.
Most people tend to say that marriage is like a bed of roses, but we all forget that roses have thorns. So there's the rosy side of the marriage, there's the beautiful part, and there's also the hard times. But I feel like you have to be there for each other to go through the hard times and the good times.
I've heard a lot of people on the radio, there's a lot of conflict, so on and so forth in marriages. But when you think about these conflicts, some of them it's because people get into marriages expecting to receive more than giving. Like maybe you've heard that some get married just because of the money. You see, they're just on the receiving end. Not really because they want to give love. Maybe the husband is married to a certain lady just because she maybe gives him some sexual favors or something, but he doesn't offer anything, not in terms of finance, but like emotional care.
Most millennials come from a generation with the highest divorce rate of all time. Combine that with the unrealistic expectations of Hollywood romance, and it's no wonder we have no clue what we're doing.
Telemundo has done us justice in. Telemundo has injustice. You see, there is nothing like happily ever after. And if you notice, Telemundo ends up when they are married. What else? My friend, in marriage, there are some points where everything is flying. Water, glasses, everything flies. So, I think it's all about the part which we don't see in movies is where the real deal happens.
Going into any relationship, there are a lot of preconceived ideas. We go into marriage thinking we have it all figured out, and then you land or fall on your back.
So actually, one thing people must learn to know about marriage is it's not an easy ride. Get it? Because they're two different people. Okay, when people are courting and dating, it looks so easy and all that. But when you start living with people, people start becoming weird. So you need to start people must learn to know that it's work that must be done. And you must learn to understand that your mates are not perfect. That's something that people should have in mind.
I agree.
Yes.